Hey folks, welcome back to Bound Florence and Vintage Chainsaws. Back to your host Nate Forster, and tonight we are ready and prepared to seal this. I call it Supro 8180, 81 or 850 block back together. We cleaned up all our main surfaces. We're going to leave the seals in for now. I believe that the PTO one's pretty good. Flywheel side's a little loose, but we'll just see. But for now, we're going to leave them in. So, let's get on to it. Let's go ahead and first thing, I'm going to give this a little douse, some looby dooby. That way, it's loose for when we're ready. And I'm going to go ahead and put some motor seal on this cylinder head. Come on. Quite warm tonight, so I imagine this stuff's going to harden up pretty quick. So just go ahead and dab her on there. Like a good solid even coat all the way around it. But I'd see bare metal, it's a little too thin for me. That's just me personally. So I like to give her good dabs all the way around. And we'll drop our cylinder on there, or sorry, piston and crank in there. There we go. It's a little thicker up there. Something like that. Ain't gotta be a whole lot because I'm gonna do it on this side, on the crank itself, and on the oil tank side. Yeah, it seems like pretty good. Alright, let's go on to our crankshaft and piston assembly. We will start with this, just like do a nice even coat all the way around. Make sure we ain't dripping nothing down on there. Try to get some on that retaining ring as well. So just a nice small even coat. We're almost all the way around this side. Do a little bit more. That should do us. Should have us all the way around. There we go. And we'll do our other side. It's a nice little even coat. Try to do it all the way around. Cool. Alright. Only one way in, one way out. So go ahead and sit her down in there. If I can, hold on. Gotta get this off my finger for a sec. Yeah, I'm on. Make sure they're in their grooves. They are. May have to get a screwdriver to let it pop down in there. Do that. Gotta take this out of there. No, it's not what I wanted. It popped out. That's okay. Get my screwdriver. Make sure nothing's on it. taking a little bit of that rag with us. There we go. Let's pop her all the way down. Make sure she's in the groove. Smooth's nice. That's good. Alright. Now let's go ahead and do our other side. Just real quick. I'll dab around that guy. Work it around there. Trying to use less and less of this stuff because more and more of it ends up in the crankcase, unfortunately. So I'm trying to use less of it. Sure. Get that side there. Okay, let's grab some more. I'm sure you could use a little less than what I'm using. I'm not putting a whole lot on it at one time by any means. Go ahead, go in here. Sure we got a nice coat on that ring all the way around. We'll go up here, finish that guy out. That was a little much. Just use it to fill in these gaps on this side. Anywhere we're thin, right there. A little thin. Oh, she's already tacking. Gonna have to go quick. Alright, that should have us. That's about all the way down. Let's see if we can get this guy to sit in place. Biggest thing is trying to get that guy to line up. We're gonna have to turn it just a little bit. Let's see. Get it turned just a little bit, something like that. You have to slide her out just a touch. That's okay. Just grab a screwdriver, go out like that. Still off just a smidgen. There we go. Now she's on there, nice and good. All right, and then I already cleaned up my bolts. Throw a little dab right around the head of them to keep too much, so that they don't leak, something like that. Drop those down in there. Up, I can get it in the right spot. There we go. There's one. Go ahead, grab number two. Go over here to our opposite side. There we go. Number three. Need a little more than that. There we go. More than plenty. Down in here. Oh. Oh, left my pliers over here. Let me grab them. So I'd set that one down into place. Come on now. There we go. And our last one. Right there. Nice little dab of it. Okay, that was a little more than needed, but that's alright. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Have just a little more than needed. Go ahead and throw that guy back on there. Slide this one down into place. Now, gotta grab a socket or adapter. Same one. I think it is. Yep. Go ahead and run them down evenly. Then we'll torque them. Alright, that one's about down. It's about down. Flip over here to this top one. Done. Done. Well, it's not done, but just enough to get started. And throw these bolts down in here. One. I like to get them started at least. Nope. Should work right there. Two. This is number 3. Can work right there. Now I have to find this 4th. I know I've got one. Go ahead and get these started. Can. Try not to get them cross-threaded. That one started. That one started. Still gotta grab one for up here. Look at my box of parts. Will work. So got all kind of stuff in there. Alright, that will work. I believe it'll work perfect right there. And get her started. I believe we can. 1/4 inch. I think we can get her started. Yeah, she started. All right, let's go back to our 5/16. Just round these guys out. So I like to do half turns at a time. One in barely tight. There we go. All right. And for turn, go up here. Get on it. Not quite half a turn. Turn. Here we go. Looks like we got good squeeze out everywhere, especially right there. That's a good sign. Let's make sure we can still rotate. And we can. All right, got that done. Go back to our 1/4, wherever I just set it. Right there. Yep. Grab my wrench. We'll do the same thing. Get them tight. Get them just seated. Now it'll take us a second to get this other one. We're gonna have to use this guy for it. Yeah, one of these days, I guess, and they had just ground down one of these 1/4 inch box wrenches. Sometimes you can get lucky and get them to go quite a ways. Or you can just take off the oil pump. The manual oiler, I mean. Yeah, I know the intake's still a little crusty. We're not done there. All right, let's go this one first. Just because I know it's going to be the toughest of them. All right, I think we're there. Oh, not quite. Now we're getting there. Now these do not need a whole lot of torque. That's more than plenty on that one. So we got good squish out on it. Now just go to your opposite corner. More than plenty. Come back up here. More than plenty. Lost your socket. There we go. Yep. That's where it's going to fight us just a little bit, because this lip on this oil tank, I usually have to do this. there we go. Looks like we got good squish all the way around. When I say squish, I mean squeeze out from the motor seal around it. Looks like we got it pretty good all the way around. Give this, make sure we're tied up on this guy. I think that's perfect. I think that'll work for us. I will take my pick, where I've set it right now. Clean it off. I'm gonna go around this seal just in case we do need to take it out. There's no motor seal in it or around it. That side looks good. No, she looks good. Now we will have to let it sit up, cure, and when we come back next time, we will work on this intake. There we go. We'll work on our intake, clean what little carbon we have left out of our exhaust. We may go electronic ignition on this one. I ain't 100% positive yet, since it can take either. We may do electronic ignition, or may just do a chip in it, just to make it easy. I do like to keep points in them though, so I might. Well, actually, I got that ignition off that other 81. That was the early 2-piece ignition I may put on this one. And we will reseal up the intake, put a new boot on, then we'll have to put it all together, pressure test it, see if we got any leaks. If we do, we'll fix them from there. But that's the hard part right there, is just pulling it apart, making sure she's good, and sealing her back up. Like I said, if we gotta replace crank seals, that's pretty easy on these. You can just pop. You can do it with the K-split, but I think it's actually tougher. I think it's easier with it, with the oil tank and cylinder together. Just gives you more leverage to work on it, because both of them are pressed into the flywheel side's pressed into a bearing, and the PTO side is pressed into that retaining collar that's got the hole in it. So, but yeah, that'll about do it for tonight. That's got us one step closer. And I said we'll probably have to replace these mounts, at least this one. The other one's not terrible. This one's just got a bunch of oil soaked in it, so it's just rubbery. I say rubbery, floppy. It's really what it is. And yeah, so give a little channel update. Got a Farmtech cylinder for our Husqvarna 51 that will 55 that will be porting back up again. I'm going to port it similar to the one I did for our subscriber. That one was actually pretty mild, but see, it's such a nice run, solid run. Like, I mean, extremely nice solid run. So I'll probably do something similar. Maybe go a little more wild on it, but not too much. Not as wild as this one. Then looks like our rings for our Poulan 4000 should be here, I think the 20th, May 20th or so. But I'll be out of town. I'll be gone. I'm getting married that weekend, the 18th. So probably get one more time, one or two more times to work on this. I may be able to get this together before I leave, but may not. Maybe in a couple weeks before we finally get this one back. But we'll get there soon enough. So appreciate y'all watching. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button. Want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks, y'all.